God. Back again.
How you living? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, nigga. I'm
That's good, man. How was the time off?
The time off.
Even though you're never off.
Check the game, but the weekend was phenomenal.
Nice.
Got to see some of the California landscape, man. Some of the true gems and blessings of our area. Got to kick it with some good people, good family friends. So it was a lovely situation. How
That's
about you?
good. That's good. It was same.
Yeah.
It was a real good situation. Just chilling. You know, I'm not really outside.
Yeah.
Like that. Even though I say I'm trying to be outside, but I'm an old nigga.
I think I'm still outside, boy. I swear,
I'm in the house,
outside.
man. I'm in the house because it's like a lot of stuff get old to me real fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When I'm just out there, especially like the club.
Yeah.
You know, when you're out of the club, it's like, all right, the most I can do is like an hour. Because
At the club?
At the club. Because I feel like it's just too much.
Oh shit!
You know?
Why is it too much? Are we in a topic right now?
Oh, we just shooting the shit. Just talking, man. Just catching up, you know.
All right. So in the club, tell me the thought process behind like staying for the hour ski.
The hour, I feel like as a you know, it depends on what you're going to the club for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like everybody don't go to the club for the same reasons. You know? Agreed. So with that being said, an hour is pretty much all you really need to, unless you're just like a person who just want to be in the club just the whole time. Vibing.
You mean like, wait, when you say the whole time, you talk about like, they got in free because they got there
before the 11, you know, you feel me? I just want to be in the mix.
There till it was 2 a.m.
You know, want to be in the mix. You know, people who have energy like that.
Or a lot of free time on their hands.
You know.
Or dedicated to the club shit. You know,
it's a lot of people like that. But I feel like an hour everything can happen in an hour. You know, everything that you need, like for me to have a good time.
Yeah.
An hour, I get a drink, have a good time, you know.
Yeah.
Laugh, joke, chill.
Yeah.
Then I'm out. Turn up, then I'm out.
Yeah. What if it's really going crazy though?
It depends on the kind of situation I got going on.
Yeah.
Now if I'm just, you know, if I got like a table kind of situation where we're celebrating something, then that's different.
Yeah, you know? Okay, I see you. Big time.
If it's a celebration, because that's really the only time I would go to the club, and that's only if it's like a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
That I'll go to the club, but you know, if it's a celebration, everybody's go, we all linking up, we just chilling, maybe don't do this every time. Okay, yeah. So we may be in the club an hour and a half, 2 hours max.
Okay. Anything else is uncivilized?
I just feel like anything else. What you looking for? What you doing, man?
What you doing? Oh, you lurking a little too long, but you thirsty.
What is it?
What is it? You waiting for everybody to let out?
You right.
You trying to do everything in the club? You trying to touch every corner?
What is it? So you know, but you know, we just shooting the shit. That's all it is. That's none of the topics. That's just a little check. I don't even know how we got on to that.
We just living life, bro. It's all good.
Facts.
So, what's our first situation?
Yeah. I mean, let them know it's overstanding.
Overstanding.
We're
trying to stay on top of the information. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to have power over the information. We're trying to create a community of learning where we sharing information, talking about the shit that everybody don't know, or they ain't talking about mainstream, the shit that's going over people's head, the things that are happening. But, you know, talk to me, man. All I'm saying is, where are we at with the first situation? What we doing?
All right, man. So I was having a conversation over with some friends.
Yeah.
And you know, I told him the other day how I went to the grocery store.
Okay.
You feel me? And you know, I like to go to I have a fruit market not too far from where I stay.
Right.
And I go there to go get my fresh produce and my fruit.
Okay.
And I was just telling him like, damn, like, where are the watermelons with the seeds?
Wow.
Like, where are the, like, I couldn't find any watermelon with the seeds, you know what I mean? And not only that, it's that, you know, I just couldn't find them. What can I say? I just couldn't find them. So I'm like, damn, what's up with that? Like, I remember, like, watermelon specifically had seeds.
Okay, so were you tripped out, or is it just something that you noticed?
I mean, it's like, and to be honest, I've always heard, you know, the rumors, or I wouldn't say rumors, but the conspiracy theories about how, you know, fruit. It's not even a conspiracy theory. I would say it's more and more fruit is being genetically made.
Oh, you mean genetically modified?
Modified.
GMO?
You know?
Yeah, splicing genes and
you know
whatnot.
What I mean? It's becoming more because of, for mass production, for, you know, to make more money, to be able to, you know, for those reasons.
For the people that don't know, what does GMO stand for?
I don't know.
Genetically modified organism.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Genetically modified.
Which basically means that they go in and change the DNA of a plant. I'll give you an example. Mm-hmm. Tomatoes that are genetically modified have been genetically modified with a moth gene that makes it mold resistant. So that makes it last longer in the fields and on the store shelves without molding or degrading as fast. That's one of the, or they use fish cells in tomatoes. I'm still on tomatoes.
Okay.
They use fish cells.
Now is this now hold on. Is this the genetically modified tomatoes?
Genetically modified tomatoes that have fish cells spliced in so that they hold water more.
So they can get like bigger and juicier, so to speak.
Not so to speak, exactly like that shit.
Right, the stuff I want the tomatoes to come out of the ones that you see like in the movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the ones that look like crazy good on the commercial.
Right, but it's plastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what'd you think about the shit that it had no seeds? Like what did that make you think about?
I was like, damn, because you know when I look at watermelon, you know, watermelon is a fruit that I actually like, and I read that watermelon, one of the most nutritious and healthiest part of the watermelon is the seed.
Yeah.
You know, the seeds and also the rind, the inside rind.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, very healthy for you. You know, it has a lot of benefits. So when I eat my watermelon, I like to just, you know, eat it all with the seeds included. So, and I noticed that there weren't any seeds in the watermelons in the watermelons at the fruit market I went to. And I'm like, damn, this is a fruit market that's supposed to have fresh produce and fresh fruit.
It's got fresh produce, but you're going to get into technicalities when you start talking about food and food products or real fruit versus genetically modified. There are distinctions between like these categories, but what I am going to say is I did some research on seedless fruits.
Okay. What'd you find?
Because you know what? On everything, I've been feeling like this for a long time, so I'm glad that you noticed it, right? Mm-hmm. But for the longest time, I've been tripping out on like, where are the seeds going? Where them seeds at?
Right. I mean, yeah.
Where them seeds at?
Can somebody explain it?
Look.
Oh shit! Right.
Where them seeds at, nigga? The seeds done went somewhere, brother. Do you know that seeds have nutritional value?
Oh, for sure.
The seeds are the thing that actually imparts the life. Like the seed is the thing that goes into the soil and creates another one of those plants. If it's, you know, got the proper nutrients and the proper sunlight, proper water, the seed has the intelligence. And they might be doing something to intentionally take the seeds out or make them those deflated, you seen them deflated white seeds in the watermelon. Don't play with me.
Yeah, for sure.
You seen the watermelon seeds, nice, strong, crunchy black.
Gotcha, bitch.
But they turn that shit into some deflated white seed.
Yeah, for sure. They give you the fugazi seeds. How they give you fugazi seeds in watermelon?
Brother, So I just think it's interesting, but
they stay trying to play us.
But like I was saying, man, I looked something up, man. I seen on livestrong.com, right? Mm-hmm. They was talking about seedless fruit and why seedless fruit have less nutritional value. So I'm gonna read something to you, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. It says nutritional outcome of seedlessness. Seeds in some fruits can be rich sources of nutrients such as essential oils, vitamins, and minerals. Mm-hmm. For instance, grape seeds contain phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens are also found in soy. Let me just say that. And men that do too much phytoestrogen, you got estrogen in your system. And while we on that side note, I know I'm coming back to the seeds, okay? But side note, why is it illegal to have testosterone as a supplement, but men can have phytoestrogens, estrogen, birth control, and all kind of shit is over the counter, easy access? Is there something going on in society about reducing the testosterone in men? That's another show. Back to seedlessness.
Man, you just got
back to seedlessness, which
just
also
the haymaker right there.
Which also, oh shit. Nigga, wait. And while we on that topic, just let me say this, right? With less testosterone comes less virility, meaning seedlessness in men.
I didn't think it's funny, but let me ask you this though. But while we on that topic of the testosterone, right?
Talk to me.
Right.
Talk to me.
What about those who want to make the sex change from a female, so to speak, to a male? Would they be able to get the testosterone that they need in order to make that conversion?
For sure, they buying testosterone, or some people's insurance plans cover the hormone therapy that's required for people that are doing sex changes. This is what I know, but I also know that your body is built a certain kind of way. So everybody that starts taking sex hormones to change their presentation, you're gonna have to continue to take those hormones for the rest of your life in order to negate what your body is already built and naturally producing. So in order to offset for sure. In order to offset what your body is naturally inclined to do, they have to continue with a regimen of hormones that offset what it's built to do. Oh shit! Oh,
right. Oh shit! No, that's real. I mean, you really educated right here.
So let me finish reading.
Yeah. Go back to the seeds.
For instance, grape seeds contain phytoestrogens, which can protect women against heart disease. Seeds are also good sources of fiber, which play several roles in your body, such as suppressing appetite, stabilizing blood glucose levels, and increasing bowel activity. Fruits without small seeds cannot provide these benefits. So, number one, I just want to say, like, the seedlessness thing is kind of prevalent, dog. It's kind of hard to find fruits with seeds, and there's a reason, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Right. I mean, it's not only watermelon. If you also look at grapes, you know, it comes to the point
you
where
look at lemons sometimes, limes. Where the seeds at?
You know what it all boils down to, and everybody, you know, I won't say everybody, but there's some people out there who say, oh, you know, what is it? But anyway, it all boils down to capitalism. It all boils down to them trying to make the most by giving the least. You know what I mean? Being able to mass produce it and making the most money. It's all about making the money at the end of the day. So they don't really care about the individual and your well-being and your health. They're like, this is what we're presenting to you, and it almost has to. You know what we're giving you. Now, if you're privileged enough, then you can do research and start to get alternatives, but that's on you.
That's on you.
You
gotta go out there and search for the knowledge.
And it's gonna be
Overstanding.
stupid expensive. It's not gonna come cheap.
Overstanding free. Hit the like button.
There you go.
Subscribe.
You know,
hit the like button one time.
It's that's what it is.
It's kind of controlled by entities hell bent on making a profit.
And that's all it is at the end of the day. That's all it is. It's about making a profit, and it's about not really caring about the individual. And like I was saying, that if you are privileged enough to go and seek these alternatives and being able to, you know, shop at the farmer's market and going to, you know, instead of going to your local Safeway or Kroger's or whatever it is, grocery store, whatever it is. So that, you know, you're actually taking that
Piggly Wiggly.
Right. You know, save a lots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You actually pack of saves. You know.
No commercials
at all. You know. But if you're privileged enough to not have to go to those places, you know, then obviously it's gonna come at a price. Most of the people, especially people in our community, you know, we don't have that luxury. A lot of us don't have that luxury to eat, you know, healthy.
Organic.
You know,
and even organic sometimes is fraudulent.
Even if we wanted to, we don't have the luxury because of, first of all, it's not in our neighborhoods, and it's not around us. You know, it's not readily around us. You know what I mean? So it has to start with us taking the initiative, you know, and putting each other on and saying, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to go to a farmer's market. You need to go to these little community gardens or whatever it is, and try to figure it out. You know what I mean? I mean, it all comes back to sharing the information, the knowledge within ourselves, and looking at the resources that we have and how we can get to it. But that's also a privilege to have that kind of time to say, okay, I want to sit back and do research and try to find other alternatives. Because some people, they got to go to work, they got to go to school. After they got to go to work, go to school, they got to come back, feed 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. You don't know what they got going on.
People that's privileged, I appreciate what you're saying, but the people that's privileged, they privileged to see this show where we can distill this shit real quick down into a nice bite-sized chunk and go on about your business and doing your own research, right? Because as we said before, we just brothers on a hunt for knowledge, right?
Definitely.
We fuck the credentials.
We're not any experts.
If something that we say is off, bring the scholarship, bring the evidence, bring the reports, bring the facts, bring the statistics, bring your ass to hitting that like button too. But I am gonna say, Blood, that while we talk about seeds and why you can't find seeds and capitalism, I can't help but to think about Monsanto. You know who Monsanto is?
No, I mean, you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, you know who Monsanto is?
Break it down.
Monsanto is a giant corporation, mainly known for creating chemicals, but they're also known for genetically modifying organisms, as well as a seed monopoly. You know what a seed monopoly is?
I'm guessing it's somebody who has the control, the supply and the demand of seeds.
CivilEats.com says the sobering details behind the latest seed monopoly charts. As 4 seed companies now control more than 60% of the global market, a seed policy expert argues that consolidation poses major risks to our food supply. What that basically said was, it's about 4 conglomerates that own 60% of all the seeds. That means they own the patents to the seed. If you want to grow this shit, you got to buy dope from us. That means that they're controlling 60% of what's grown in these agricultural businesses. But the scary part is, brother.
Right.
The scary part is
what is that?
That the genetically modified shit is happening with these seeds. These corporations are so big that they can push things on people that they want to have an influence on them.
They already do that.
They might have some shit in this thing that makes your immune system not work the right way. Or these genetically modified organisms, and consuming that may affect some other function of your body. They don't talk about that.
Right.
They don't talk about how these mixed things may interact with your
You know
DNA.
why? Because they don't want you to know. If you know, then they're giving you the game and you're educated and you won't fuck with their product.
Yeah.
So they're like, why would I give up the game to you? You know,
Yeah.
I'll just sell you some dope, and you don't need to know that it's fentanyl mixed with baking soda mixed with whatever. I'm not giving you. You don't need to know that it's stepped on heavily. I'm just this is what you take it. Now, if I give you the game, I've showed my hand, so to speak, and you're not gonna want to purchase what I got going on. So yeah, it's the hustle.
It's the hustle.
It's the hustle at the end of the day.
So that's why. So when I see this kind of thing, blood, I recognize the hustle, and I know that these corporations may not necessarily have our best interests at heart, because these corporations may be involved with the pharmaceuticals that want to treat you for life. So they might make you sick on purpose so they can treat you for life, and then they got a lifelong knot or a lifelong customer. That's another story. We can get into that later. But what I do want to say about the seeds before we transition, blood, is that it's important for us to get the skills on how to grow our own food and start prioritizing
definitely.
Owning land where you can grow your own food and control that process from start to finish. Instead of prioritizing the condo or the big rims or the bling bling.
Right.
You feel me?
But
Don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house. Shout out E40.
But that's facts. That's definitely facts. You know, I'm not taking away nothing you're saying right now, because you're putting people on, letting them know what's important, and that's definitely investing in your health and knowing what you put in your body. So that's cool. That's cool and all. But I want to say this. What about let's really talk to the people, who's the everyday person, who works at the local grocery store, who works at just a regular person who doesn't have the luxury to, or can't attain these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The person who works at the McDonald's. The person who has to shop at these pack and save that eat all these noodles and heavily processed food. What is their alternative, and what could they really do in order to eat healthy? Where can they really go to eat healthy?
So as much as you can go to the farmer's market. They don't happen every day. They don't happen everywhere. You might have to travel to get to the farmer's market, but they got them, and they booming these days. And you should probably try and get things that are grown by natural means, not with the pesticides that might have atrazine or some other hormone affecting, endocrine disrupting kind of situation, right? You might want to consider growing some of your own food.
There you go.
It's some people that still go to meat markets where the livestock is still there. They kill it themselves. They prepare it themselves.
Definitely.
They know how fresh this meat is versus what you get in the grocery store that could have been injected with salt water and all kinds of grown with
all kinds of
weird
chemicals.
shit.
But and I like the fact that you said to look into growing your own food, because when you say the farmer's market, everybody when you go to the farmer's market, it's like it's dressed up. The farmer's markets that you've been to, definitely around where I stay, around where you stay, the regular person who works at the grocery store or whatever, it's not going to the farmer's market. It's not going to that farmer's market. However, I will say this. It's good that you said that it's important to invest in growing your own food. But you can also go to these farmers markets, right? You understand? And it may be a little pricey or whatever, but what you can do is, if you're really invested in it, is you can watch videos, you can go over there and soak up some game.
Yeah, I would also say
go over there, talk to them, talk to the people who are being vendors.
I got you.
And you know what I mean?
Hey,
you can buy one apricot. You feel me? One fucking
but you soaking up the game.
But you soaking up. You're investing in that time. You know what I mean?
What I was gonna say, because sometimes time don't make stomachs full, right? Mm-hmm. And some people don't feel like they might not have access to the farmer's market. They might think that the farmer's market might be too expensive for them. Even if you got to go to the regular grocery store, here's some game.
Go ahead.
Organic stuff starts with the number 9. You know the little number codes on the fruit or the vegetables?
I never paid attention to those codes.
Usually if it's a 4 or 5 digit code, is usually inorganic. It's usually got either GMO or pesticides in it. But if anything starts with a 9, that's organic. Albeit, you gotta trust that what they're claiming is organic.
Right.
You can be a little bit more conscious about what kind of fruits and vegetables you buy, and make choices like, let me choose the organic one, right?
Right.
But again, if you don't feel like you want to eat organic, and you ain't tripping off of the 4 digit or the 5, 6 digit number, and it don't make a difference to you, I would still encourage people to eat as healthy as possible.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely.
Not all the processed shit. Not all the.
And that's the thing. If you really want to break it down, it really comes to being able to know how to identify healthy foods.
For sure.
Because a lot of people don't know what's healthy.
For sure.
You know, for the longest they'll look at something and say, "Oh, this is healthy." You know, they'll get cold cuts and say that that's healthy.
Hell no.
But cold cuts is processed. It's processed meat.
It got preservatives.
You know, it got a lot of stuff in there that's bad for you. You know, sandwich meat, just cheese, plastic single cheese, all that stuff. So it's you got to take that time, you know, and invest in yourself and do that research, and you know, and see what healthy foods really are. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so what we on?
What we on next? So we was having a discussion, right?
Yeah.
Having a discussion about, you know, I was letting you know that I saw, you know, an article about how I think Richard Branson, his space shuttle or whatever, successfully landed in space, on the moon or
Richard
Mars.
Branson. Oh.
You know, his I don't know what it's called. It's a space shuttle. Virgin Galactic.
This is not an ad.
So they successfully landed on either it's Mars or the moon or whatever. I don't know.
No, they just floated above Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
For a temporary amount of time, and then cruised back there.
Okay, so they didn't. Oh, so they didn't land anywhere. They
didn't land anywhere. They just went into space so that they could experience weightlessness. And this is a pilot for a consumer experience. So they building this shit so that they can send people up into the space for a price, for a fee.
Oh yeah, it's always
weightlessness.
Right, it's always for a price. So it's always been this race to make it to space. That's what all these billionaires have been. These smart billionaires are fighting for. You know, they're having this dick measuring contest.
They're trying to get out of here.
Like who can get to space the furthest or first? You know what I mean? Not even the furthest, but just getting to space first or landing somewhere first. And I'm like, you know, a lot of that resource and everything, that money that you're putting into that, you're not even looking at the situation that's going on Earth.
Okay,
you know what's going on here? Not even on space. You're focusing on space,
but not focusing on what's going on in your backyard.
What's going on in your backyard, and that's bullshit. It's all this shit is bullshit. Like, why were we worried about space? You go outside, you see how many fucking homeless people out there?
Yeah.
Not enough programming. But look at teachers in the classroom. Don't even have enough resources, going out of pocket to buy books and learning equipment materials for their students. Out of pocket because they fucking care. But we have motherfuckers who want to go to space. So they can be like, ooh, I'm in fucking space. Ooh, shit. For what? Fuck space. That's how I feel.
I got an idea.
Go ahead.
2 things is, one, white people have a hard time under the sun, especially on Earth.
Wow.
Yeah, I would just say that, you know, oh shit.
Really?
Oh shit! But they estimate by 2054 the birth rate will have completely ceased for white folks. But
do you think that? So
I think that's a motivating factor for why they want to go to other places, because this might be an inhospitable environment. I think that's also a motivating factor for some of this other technology that has been talked about lately, like gene therapies and transferring consciousness and AI and that whole thing. Like people. You pulling up without me?
No, go ahead, man. Come on, man. Just a little ginger ale.
No.
Come on, brother.
But I'm just saying. Appreciate you. Look. But I think that they motivate. So the second reason that I think this is big business.
Right.
There's only so much land on Earth, but there's space where there's potential for claiming, just like they did. Christopher Columbus discovered America. Somebody else discovered America. Natives and indigenous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the first mariners, black people, were definitely traversing the world.
Yeah, so we already know that.
But I'm saying, like, there's a motivating factor from a capitalism perspective that once we get into these places, we're going to have minerals, we're going to have land rights, we're going to have space to colonize further. I put out there my hypothesis. The colonizers still going hard and trying to colonize more shit.
Oh yeah, they never stop. Even if they try to pretend that they stopped here in the Western world, if you go to developing countries, there's a lot of people still being oppressed and still being forced to live a certain kind of way and being taught to drop their teachings and adopt a different kind of set of rules and all that stuff. But that's neither here or there. You know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna say is, I just think it's all bullshit. It's like we shouldn't waste our time, trying to go to space when we have so many issues here on Earth, and a lot of that money and resource can be put into Earth. Let's try to save the Earth first. They're trying to explore into space. I get what you're saying.
Okay, I got one more idea.
Let's put those resources into climate control, climate reform, and shit.
Write a petition to tell these billionaires how to spend their money, Glenn. But
what? You can't ignore it to tell me how to spend my money.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell somebody how to spend their money.
So what you might be saying, it might be falling on deaf ears, but just to try and educate the people, like, it makes me think of another thing. Hear me out, okay? What if the powers that be in the billionaires, the secret society cast, what if they know something that we don't know?
Oh, they for sure do.
What if they know something about aliens, the UFOs that we don't know?
They for sure do. They knew this for a while now.
What if they know some of the secrets of space and space-time and all of these kinds of different things, and they got something that they're trying to work on while they're trying to get out of Earth? That's my hypothesis. And so it made me think about, like, what's going on with UFOs, what's going on with extraterrestrials or, other world tech. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, for sure. Like, there's always been a rumor about UFOs and aliens.
Yeah, Roswell.
Right. Movies, there's been a ton of stuff, sightings, all kinds of stuff. There's even been documentaries, and if you look at crime TV, true TV, all of that stuff, there's been numerous
abductions
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for the longest, the government has been denying it. So, recently they've had to disclose that there's actually been the aliens exist, basically. And it's funny that it took a corona relief bill to force that.
That was in the relief bill?
It was in the relief bill, which is crazy. That shit was in the fucking relief bill, and it's like, how the fuck? Dumbass motherfucker. That just lets you know how this whole shit is rigged. Like, they're just...
They've been knowing, but they ain't said nothing.
The thing is that, like, those who run the corporations and the 1% of the billionaires of the world, it's like they set all the rules. They know what the fuck is going on.
They directing the stage.
They're on the boards of all these corporations that, you know, that you may think that he's just a billionaire.
Lockheed Martin,
but
defense contractors.
I mean, they're on boards and they have relationships and they all know each other and they all run in the same circles and their kids all go to the same schools. So it's like they're all running this stuff. So they already know what's going on, and that's why these laws and these rules apply to people like you and me. That's why people like you and me, the common person, that we don't know because we're not part of that circle.
What do you think about the disclosures?
Honestly, it came at a time that I really didn't give a fuck. It came at a time where they had to disclose because of the corona bill and people were locked up because of the quarantine. People were dying. People were following mass hysteria. People were, you know, it was just a lot going on at that time. And they slipped it out, you know, and they got overlooked because nobody gave a fuck. I mean, George Floyd, it was a lot. Nobody gave a fuck about it, so it's like, okay, aliens exist. Like, duh, we already knew. Like, what are y'all telling us? You telling us some shit that we already knew. So this is not news, and it's you know, when I hear the whole thing about space, it's like we're just it's don't talk to me about fucking space.
Why not?
Because the shit going on here. Like I keep saying, it fuck space.
Fuck space.
Fuck space. Like, who gives a fuck about space?
You still tapped into your humanity, man. You know, you still worried about your brother, man. I don't know if we talk about the same people because I don't think they worried about the same thing we concerned about. But do you feel like some shit changed after the disclosures? Like, did people start giving a fuck, or is it still like, yeah, they started talking about it and we ain't even tripping? Like, what is it?
Honestly, I mean, the people around my circle don't give a fuck. You think people are tripping? You think now the people that I run, people in my circle are definitely, like, you know, not really paying attention to. Like, we see this kind of stuff and we just, you know, shake it off because it's fluff and we don't give a damn. But what are you hearing? Are you hearing anything different?
Brother, you know what I heard?
What did you hear?
I heard that the Navy files for patents on some technology that's capable of basically bending space-time.
What?
Basically doing like fusion energy shit, but...
Are you serious, bro? You said Navy has patents on what? On UFO technology or something like that?
Yeah.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, blood.
That's crazy. Like, I won't be surprised because, like I said,
anti-gravity fusion energy patent, February 8th, 2021, Forbes.com. What's behind the U.S. Navy's UFO fusion energy patent? Question mark. It says, when Dr. Salvatore Cesar Paez, an aerospace engineer at the Naval Air Warfare Center Aircraft Division, NAWCAD, filed a patent for a plasma compression fusion device in 2019. It was either a giant breakthrough or a mad science. According to the patent application, the miniature device could contain and sustain fusion reactions capable of generating power in the gigawatt, that's 1 billion watts, to terawatt, 1 trillion watts range or more. A large coal plant or mid-sized nuclear-powered reactor, by comparison, produces energy in the 1 to 2 gigawatt range. They talking about the gigawatt, 1 billion, to terawatt, 1 trillion watts, a small device. So basically, they acting like this ain't UFO technology. They acting like they made this up.
But also, what I'm also reading and hearing is that it's about, you know, at the end of the day, it's probably about creating a weapon. You know,
potentially.
So what I'm reading here is that they say that the U.S. Navy, file dubbed the UFO patents, has revealed how military scientists spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on experiments involving nuclear fusion and electromagnetic fields as part of research into devastating future weapons. The documents claim a space-time modification weapon could make the hydrogen bomb seem like a firecracker.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
So they had a vested interest in why they have patent UFO technology. I mean, they're not just doing shit just because they want to do shit. Like there's a reason for why they're doing everything.
Bruh.
There's interest in let's go ahead and we know UFOs exist already. Since we're ahead of the curve, let's go ahead and make our patents so that we can get these weapons. So that the United States Navy, we are the only ones that can produce this. That way, if let's say another country somehow somehow decides to get their own shit going, the U.S. is gonna be like, nah, we got a patent. Y'all better cut that shit out. If you don't, we're gonna bomb on your ass. You feel me?
Yeah, or sue.
Or sue. No, sue. That's just.
They're just gonna try and bankrupt them with some fake currency.
You know how it go.
All right, so thoughts on?
Oh, you said bankrupt with fake currency?
Yeah. You know they want to try and sue you for some fake currency. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
They're gonna lawsuits, fake currency. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna put some credits in their account and call it a day.
Call it, they get you up out of there framing for some shit.
Call it a day. Okay, so UFOs came. Don't nobody care, but they doing some shit where the billionaires getting into space, and there might be something else going on because they got UFO technology, and they might not know something. They might know something that we don't know around UFOs. Okay, that's that piece, right? Mm-hmm. Do you got any more thoughts on that? Because I got a hot one for us.
About UFOs?
Nah, fuck that. The next thing.
Oh, the next thing? Well,
yeah.
I don't know. You let me know. What's the next
thing?
What was that? Let me know, brother.
Bill Cosby is free. Bill Cosby is free.
You want to get into that, huh? You want to get into that, huh?
That nigga did that up out of jail, boy.
I don't know, man. I don't know about the Bill Cosby one, bro. I don't know about the Bill Cosby one.
Why
not? I could understand if it was, I can't even understand. It's just too many allegations.
What you mean too many allegations?
It was like, how many?
He only caught a charge for one allegation from one person.
How many people? It
was hella people that came out the woodworks. Number one, you know what I just saw? I just saw this interview. Shout out Dr. Boyce Watkins. Uh-huh. It was brother Andre Watt, who was the attorney for brother Bill Cosby. Gave an amazing, in-depth interview where he talked about so many different factors and details, one of which being, number one, the accuser that eventually led to Bill Cosby getting arrested, that whole situation with that one accuser. That person originally tried to file the charges according to the brother, the lawyer, right?
Okay, yeah.
The lady originally tried to file charges allegedly a year after the incidents took place, which already says like what was going on in between that time that made you not cool. First it was cool, then it wasn't cool after a year, right? So also I will say no physical evidence is possible after a year, right? If there's allegations of some sort of sexual misconduct, you ain't got no, smoking gun. You ain't got no Lewinsky dress. What are we doing here? So she didn't have that.
So basically what you're saying is that after a year, right?
After a year, a woman shows up and says, he raped me. Or he sexually assaulted me.
He sexually assaulted me for whatever reason.
He took advantage of me.
And you're saying because of they didn't have physical evidence of the rape.
Yeah, I hear you. Believe women. I don't think so. There ain't no blanket statements like that. I ain't going for that shit. Right. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Oh shit. So check this out, blood. Number one, that was number one. Is she came a year later. Number two, according to the lawyer, she gave her statement multiple times and changed her story multiple times. So much so that the prosecutor was like, "We're not gonna file charges."
So she was just so inconsistent with her story.
She was inconsistent with her stories to the point that the prosecutor didn't have confidence that he could win the case.
So it sounds like, you know, this is what it sounds like. Is if something so tragically happened to you,
why did it take so long to report it?
Well, I understand.
And why is your story changing?
That's it. That's the part. The taking too long. They may have their own reasons. They may go stuff emotionally, you know, mentally. You don't know what they got going on, so that's why they took a while. But my thing is, why is the story changing?
Okay, so that's another situation, right? Mm-hmm. That we can talk about. But I just want to highlight what I learned in this interview. Okay?
Go ahead, let me know.
What I learned was that because the DA said we're not going to file charges, right? They had a news press release says Bill Cosby cleared criminal charges. You know what that made available to the plaintiff, the person that's making the complaint?
What?
They are now able to civilly sue, just like OJ got civilly sued, even though he didn't get criminally convicted.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I was juiced when OJ got out too, but that's a side.
I mean, yeah, come on.
Check the game, man.
OJ did.
That's another show. Listen, what I will say is that she got $3.4 million in a settlement.
Hold on.
The accuser that led to Bill Cosby making the deposition after being cleared from criminal charges was the same deposition that they used to convict him of sexual assault.
So this was early. This was before the conviction.
Where she got $3.4 million.
She got $3.4 million. So
she got $3.4 million before
this conviction. Oh wow! I didn't.
She had been living. And listen to the game. According to this interview, the DA that was current, we talking about an old DA that made the deal with Cosby. Mm-hmm. The new DA comes in and says, "Fuck that deal. I'm prosecuting him," and he just happens to prosecute him a week or two before the statute of limitations is up for that crime. A week or two before, the brother. Mr. Watts, Esquire, basically presented it like it was a situation where he was about to, like this DA was trying to elevate an office and needed a celebrity case, needed this big case. So he said, "Fuck the deal that the other one made," even though he's bound by law to honor that. Which is part of the reason why Bill got out. It's the primary reason why Bill got out. But he said, "Fuck the deal," prosecuted him on a deposition that was from a civil case. Now, what the lawyer, oh man, this is deep. What the lawyer explained was that when you go into a civil case, you always got your rights in any kind of situation that's legal, right?
Right.
But if you plead the fifth in a civil case, the implication, how it's interpreted, is that you did something negative.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you plead the fifth
in a criminal case,
in a civil case, that's going to count against you more, and they're going to weigh a judgment against you that's heavier versus if you just tell what happened and then they make their decision. Does that make sense?
Right, because you're not going to be criminally, punch you, they're just gonna base how much is the fine,
right?
Unless you like kill somebody or something.
Yeah, how much are we gonna tax you based on what you disclose?
Right.
But if you don't disclose, if you say I plead the fifth, then that means that you lying.
Right.
And you don't smack you upside the head.
Oh shit.
You understand? So it's more advantageous for him to tell what actually happened. And when he said what actually happened, it didn't really sound that criminal. The girl asked for some pills. He gave them to her. Mm-hmm. He didn't force them down her throat. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They asked about some other situations. He's like, I may have given some girls Quaaludes. They asked him one question about whether or not he thought that she was coherent enough to consent to sexual activity. And he said he didn't know. My question to everybody who didn't like that answer is, how do you know how a person feels on the inside that you ain't in their body? You ain't in their mind. How am I supposed to know that they felt like they were in their right mind where they could say yes and mean it, or say no and mean it? I'm not in your head. I'm not in your body.
No, that's fine.
So if you say I don't know, that's a real ass answer. Okay.
Right.
So you know, while people
I'm sorry to cut you off. You know what they say when you say that I don't know, it's like, oh, you really know. You're just trying to play that off.
Nah, bro. How am I supposed to know how you think? How am I supposed to know
how you feel?
Though. How am I supposed to know?
I'm just saying what the general.
We went out to a club. Say me and you go out to a club.
Uh-huh.
And I'm the lightweight. I don't even want to put you on the spot like that. I'm the lightweight, right? And you like, nigga, we got bottle service. We doing it big. It's the whoop-de-whoop. You know you only go out on occasion, so it's the birthday.
Right.
And you start popping bottles and you like, shots, nigga.
Right.
Shots, nigga.
Right.
And I'm here like, but I didn't tell you that I'm a lightweight. I didn't tell you that 2 in and I'm gone. I'm out my mind.
But you just trying to keep
I just chugged 7.
Right.
Now you got to deal with me. Did you know that 2 was enough or 2 was too much for me? You didn't know.
I wouldn't know. We crazy. We having a good time.
I kept on saying, yeah. Did you know that I wasn't in my right mind to consent? Or did you not know? So if I say, I don't know, he said, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, so that's
what I'm saying?
I see.
Shit crazy.
It's man.
That was easy.
And that was the deposition.
And that was the deposition that got him locked up.
Got him locked up.
So how you
on the technicality,
he got let out because the original DA made a deal that said you will not be prosecuted.
Right.
And then the new DA comes in, fucks that deal off and says, no, we're going to use it against
so
you.
at the end of the day, people be mad at the system. That's what I'm hearing. If you're mad about why Bill Cosby is out, mad about the system and what was put into place.
Should be mad at that prosecutor for doing a disservice to his position by ignoring a deal that was made that he was supposed to honor by his oath.
That too. Hey, you gotta.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. But
I say fuck the DA and I'll put the G in the ER. That spells danger.
This nigga.
Shout out to Bill, man, on that. Bill Collector, I'll see you.
You a fool, bro.
I love that, nigga. Put the DA and the G in the ER. That spells danger, nigga.
Yeah, man. But let's get into this next one, man. Let's get into this next topic that.
So this the what the fuck?
This is the what the fuck,
Mr. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I mean, if y'all don't know, what the fuck moment is, just a moment or something where, either I or Easy notices throughout the week or whatever that gives us that reaction like, damn, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
So
what the fuck, bud?
The what the fuck moment is there's this if y'all pay attention to soccer or football, I like to call it football because that's the original football. If you pay attention to football, you know that there's they've had the Euro Copa Cup tournament going on.
Yep.
And there was this the finals, I believe, was Italy and England.
Yeah.
They were going at it, and it went out to penalty shootout. Penalty shootout is when You play it all 90 minutes or so. Nobody scores a goal in both halves. Then they go out to a shootout to see who wins the game.
Yeah.
So they went into a penalty shootout, right? And England had, England is stacked. They got some really good players. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They all got some.
I don't watch the shit. So
I'm breaking it down. So they chose some guys to shoot. Everybody, each team chooses, I believe, like 5 or 7 or whatever, however amount to shoot the penalty. And they chose, like, I believe, their players. Each team chose their player.
Yeah.
Now England, the 3 players that missed the goal. Because technically, they missed the goal. Long story short, they missed the goal. England lost. Italy won. But the 3 players that missed the goals were some black guys, some black young players.
Not my brothers.
Yeah, some black young players. Some of them can use England to begin with, but that's another story.
Okay, yeah.
Just like Bam.
Yeah.
Bam, why you playing for?
Okay.
Are you playing for Team USA? Or you playing for the Tigers? Tigers, but hey. Giannis. Anyway, that's a different story.
That's another episode.
That's another episode. But I'm just saying though, like these kids, because they technically are, I think they're like 19, 20, 21. They're young guys, and they're good. They normally like praise like some of like the best at what they do. You know what I mean? Sterling, Sancho. Like these are names. You feel me?
Yeah.
These are fucking names. Marcus Rashford. They got the Nigerian cat from Arsenal. I believe is Sako. Is this Saka or whatever? I'm sorry if I mess up your name. But these are kids. These like 18, 19, 20 years old kids. And
so they're in a penalty shootout.
They missed the penalty shootout. And like all these fans that used to be loving them started dogging them.
Of course.
Started calling them all kinds of racist slurs.
You a nigga.
You a nigga this, you a monkey this, go back to your country. They're facing murals.
You surprised?
I'm not surprised, bro. But it was like, what the fuck for me? Because it's like, damn, these are the same players that y'all love. And when y'all debating and y'all are like, oh, my squad is better, or Dortmund is better, or this squad is better. When y'all debating their clubs, these are the players y'all mentioned.
Exactly.
But then y'all shitting on them and calling them all kinds of niggas and monkeys and gorillas. And
when they miss
a goal for a game.
So y'all love what we do. Y'all don't love us.
That's what it is.
Y'all love when we score the goals or make the dunks or create the swag or do the dance, but you don't love us. You know what that made me think about?
What? Let me know.
That TikTok bullshit.
Right.
You know about the TikTok
I heard
shit.
about the TikTok shit.
For those of you that don't know,
let them know about the
check
TikTok.
the game, man. The TikTok shit is that TikTok is booming. Right?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows TikTok. Everybody got TikTok. Everybody doing a little dance. Right? Everybody doing that bullshit, right? But guess what? The black choreographers make the dances. The white kids take the dances, copy the shit, and get more views, more interactions, and subsequently make more money as a result.
Yep.
While the original choreographers that generally damn near all of them, like I'm gonna say 99% bruh, is making the dances, and they don't get the credit for it. They don't get the benefits for it. They don't reap the same cash outs, right? So they stopped. The TikTokers,
I like that.
The TikTokers said, "Hey, y'all ain't gonna pay us. Y'all gonna steer your attention to these other people. We're gonna stop." And so ever since then, I mean, this has been about, I don't know, like a month and a half, blood, where I've seen this shit happening, where the other folks ain't really been able to come up with some solid dances.
Oh yeah, it's solid
dances. That shit been TikTok, but but you know they put that shit on Instagram,
Twitter, and all that.
And I don't see the wetness.
They're not clean. Y'all not clean. It's weak. The dances are not good. You're offbeat. Your flag is off.
Yeah.
And just like that, you see the little Something as small as TikTok lets you know how strong and how powerful we really are when we come together and we stand behind the decision.
Right.
You
Just like we stood behind Naomi Osaka.
Because if we stand...
Or Simone Biles.
Come on.
You feel me?
Come on.
When they're supposed to give you the respect that you do, but they don't. You know, we still gonna ride.
Sha'Carri Richards, I'm sorry
if I miss. We ride for you too, Sha'Carri. You feel me? Because weed don't make you faster. And they ain't trip off of Michael Phelps blatantly saying he smoked bongs all day, every day. But he got hella gold medals.
But what they were saying,
but
what they were saying about the Michael Phelps though is they were saying that doesn't matter. He didn't test positive while he was about to
because
he never tested positive.
Yeah, guess what,
for competition. So if he tests positive, they're like, rules is rules.
Oh well.
But my thing is this: she high and she smoked all of them.
Everybody.
Like she smoked the whole pack, nigga. Smoked the pack before hitting the track, and then smoked all the fucking track. Come on, man. Come on now.
I love it. Bravo.
Come on now.
Bravo.
Okay, just off that alone, she needs to be in the Olympics.
Okay.
Just that alone. But hey, I don't make the rules.
So that's the what the fuck moment is. How y'all gonna switch up on us and like love what we do, but not love us consistently?
Right.
You need to get your fucking priorities together. If you love us, really love us.
Right.
But thank you for letting us know how you really feel.
But we already knew that. You already knew that. And for those
I'm not naive.
Right. I mean, we're not naive, but those who are, pay attention.
Y'all
listen. Listen to now what's being said. Listen. You feel it? Listen to not what's being said. Well, go on, man. Let them know about the metaphysical moment, man. Let them know about that one.
All right. So today's metaphysical moment. Metaphysical moment of the day is, since we was talking about like space and UFOs and shit, I just want to say that the original man, as well as the ascended man, has been traveling the cosmos for a long time before these motherfucking spaceships. And if you don't know what I'm saying, have you ever heard of the Merkaba?
Merkaba, what's that?
Merkaba?
The Merkaba. You were saying something about it earlier, but what's that? Break it down.
Merkaba.
Break it down.
Merkaba. Mer means light. Ka means spirit. Ba means body. The Merkaba, according to crystallinks.com, also spelled Merkaba, is the divine light vehicle allegedly used by ascended masters to connect with and reach those in tune with higher realms. Mer means light, Ka means spirit, Ba means body. Side note, Ka Res means rising spirit. Wow. And Ka Res, just like when you touch somebody and give them some energy, that's also the root word and etymology that goes into the word Christ. Okay. Rising energy. Okay. Ka Res, caressed Christ.
Okay, all right.
Another episode. We're gonna get some t-shirts that say another episode.
Another episode. Go ahead, bro.
Merkaba means spirit body surrounded by counter-rotating fields of light, wheels within wheels, spirals of energy as in DNA, which transports the spirit body from one dimension to another. And for those of you that may be into metaphysics, I'm going to just say that through spiritual and astral travel, we've been in space. We've been bending space-time. And that's the reality.
Right.
If you just to make it plain for my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, let them understand what you're really saying by we've been in space.
We are energetic beings. You agree?
Yes, I do.
That spirit is energy. You agree?
Yep.
Sometimes people say you got an aura. You agree?
Yep.
Sometimes people say your energy is contagious. You agree?
Yep.
Sometimes when somebody come into a room with some funky energy, you can feel it.
Oh,
agree?
For sure.
Okay. So energy is real. And if we're energetic beings, energy is a wave. Correct? Energy operates on wavelengths. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
so you go.
so the idea is that once you start meditating, once you start fine-tuning this physical form, then you can ascend, you can vibrate, you can resonate at a certain level that creates a light body that can transport you into another dimension. You can have an out-of-body experience. So black people, original man who created this science, who tapped into this all-knowing science, were the people that are able to make this a reality, set the pattern so that we can follow it and get outside of our situations. So if you want to vibrate and resonate higher,
right,
try and get to the Merkaba level where you can get out of this bullshit matrix and onto some greater, you need to start doing more for raising your frequency and raising your vibration.
And there you go. And so that all comes down to what?
What you eat.
What you eat, and also fuck space.
Fuck space.
Fuck shit.
Fuck space.
Fuck space.
Fuck space, because you can get into that shit just off of how you taking care of yourself, how you managing yourself.
Fuck space.
And fuck a couple $100,000 for 4 minutes of weightlessness. Shout out to my nigga G for that.
You know, for sure. But that's overstanding. You know, thank y'all for for joining in, for tapping in, for listening to us just go off and just ramble and talk some facts. Like my brother Easy said, if you have a question, a comment, drop it down in the comments. If you're not, let us know. Let us know how you feel. Let us know how everything is going. 6 Kings Entertainment.
6 Kings.
We got a sponsored by Conscious Mind. We got a lot going on with the 6 Kings Entertainment. We got Highlands Table, Third Eye Sports. We have a lot of programs.
Overstanding.
So check it out. Coming out, y'all. That being said,
we out.
Sickness you could witness, no need for forgiveness. Young niggas vicious, we focusing on our figures.
Don't write a check you can't cash. Why no getting your soul snatched? I came here for a good time. Don't leave it with your mask crack.
Cash out deposits, count profits. Young and wild, we grew up and now we mob.